Okay, so we're going to create our second part of our bar here, which is our second bass. And to do that, we're going to go to our bass group. We're going to insert a MIDI track, and we'll rename it bass 2. Let's drop that, make sure it's actually in the bass group. And we're going to, again, it's going to be very similar to our last bass, where all of the sort of processing is done externally through the sends and that. So because it's in this bass group, that's exactly what's going to happen. So it's going to bring this down a bit, and we're going to use the Alchemy just so that we can generate a sort of obscure fundamental or source sound to play with. But feel free again to use any of the sort of synthesizers that you're most familiar with. You know, you can use Sylenth or whatever, you know, Massive. So I'm going to drop in Alchemy. We're going to just grab a different kind of saw wave here. We'll go for so that's got a nice kind of distortion already set to it. We'll drop in another one. So it's quite powerful there. So we'll add a third. We'll go and we'll try maybe a square wave. See if we've got just a basic square wave. Add in a last one. We'll try let's see, we'll try a pulse wave. So you can hear some of the really cool kind of sort of sounds you can generate using Alchemy. Actually, just that's sort of a good example. You get a really obscure, unique kind of sound out of it. And it's because of these weird wave types that we're using. So I'll just go for that one. And you can mix between the two here as well. This X and Y lets you mix between the sort of left. The X lets you mix between the left and right, and the Y lets you mix between the mix between them vertically, if you know what I mean. Okay, so what we're going to do with this one is do a bit of a sweep, I guess, in the coarse tone. So a handy feature with Alchemy is you can right click whatever you want and basically automate it. So we're going to automate the coarse. So if we go to automation, I'm going to go for LFO, LFO1. So we don't want the depth that much. We'll go for maybe 12 semitones, which would be an octave. Maybe a bit more. Maybe try 2 octaves. Okay, so that could work. And then we'll bring our rate down so that it's just okay. So I'm going to go and try this to begin with. So if we go to this and create a 1-bar loop, and we're going to loop that round and double click. So we're going to have this playing 2 long notes at the end of the bar. going to bring the volume of this down as well. So for this last bar, I'm just going to split this just by highlighting and dragging that apart, and we're going to move this up. So you get a nice cool kind of sound coming out of that now. We'll leave that as it is. Quite like that. We'll go to utility just to bring the volume of this down slightly, because it's, we might not need to actually. I'll just get rid of that, and we'll just drop an EQ in here. I'm just going to play around with this until we get a, I don't know, maybe just a different sound out of it. I'm just going to have a play about. Then I'm going to try maybe a different sort of distortion in here. Play about with this, maybe this frequency shifter. Bring the dry wet back a bit just so that it's not just as obvious what's going on with it. So I'm just going to solo it just so we can hear what it's doing. So it's just basically just messing about with the frequency. Try to turn the rate on so that it's a bit more regimented. And then I'm just going to bring the dry wet down. And then we'll maybe add a touch of distortion with our bit crusher. Okay, so I don't think there's a lot more that we need to do with that, so So you can go in here and you can go back into Alchemy and maybe change some of the source sounds about until you get maybe a different sound out of it. Okay, so we'll leave it like that, and then we'll continue on again with this in the next video.